help you in your journey to fluency. Okay, okay. Oh, hello, Teacher RahatAli's. Thank you for the support and welcome here. All right. Oh, we have here Teacher Rahat. He's going to hop on. Am I saying your name right? Hello, Teacher Rahat. How are you?
Hello, Teacher Nalie. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes, yes, yes. How are you today?
I'm quite good. Thanks for the question. How about you?
Oh, I'm okay. It's actually going to be a really busy day because, well, not so busy as you, maybe, because I have two classes on a regular basis on Mondays, and this one is something that I added, and I might be peeking on some other live streams like you always do. It's not something that I've been doing for quite a while, but I know that you're very regular on that.
But I believe that this is your themed live stream today, right?
Yes, yes, that's right. That's right.
Okay. Is
Which
it?
is why this is not part of my usual weekly schedule.
Hang on a moment. I'm sharing to our Facebook Hello Global. Okay.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, no problem. Let me just say hi to, is this Pape? Pape. I'm guessing that's how you say it. If I'm wrong, please let me know. Hello, King Khan. Welcome here as well. Dilpreet, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I am doing good, Pape. Arbitrator, welcome. Oh, I already said hi. Hi again. Musna, how to build vocabulary, ma'am. I'm preparing for a competitive exam and my vocabulary is weak. Musna. Maybe Teacher Rahat would have some tips for you. Teacher Rahat, Musna has got a question. What would be your tip for him? How to build his vocabulary?
After you, I'll just add my comments. If you go ahead, please.
Sure, sure, sure. Well, vocabulary is something that we usually develop by receiving. Okay. So we would want to find the most opportunities to receive the language. There are different ways to do that. You can receive the language by listening to the language. So you can listen to different um, songs. Maybe you can watch some videos so you can hear the vocabulary that you probably don't know. Okay. And if you hear words that you don't really know, write it down, find the meaning, and then try and use it on a regular basis as much as you can. You can also receive the language by reading. Okay. If you are someone who loves to read, then by all means read different materials. If you're into novels, then go ahead and read novels because these are places where you would see those unusual, uncommon vocabulary. But if you want to stick to those conversational vocabulary, you'd want to look at the more informal materials like comic books, or maybe the short stories where you see a lot of conversations. So you would pick up those expressions that you would want to know in terms of regular conversational vocabulary. But since you are going for competition, I'd say pick it up from novels, listen to podcasts, maybe watch educational videos so you can build and add some more in your repertoire. That's how I call it. Teacher Rahat, you want to add anything?
Sure. It depends on what type of exam the person is going to sit for. So depending on the strategies of the exam, the person must be aware the range of vocab as you have explained already. What she should do. My only additional suggestion would be to read as much as possible. Also to read English newspaper where it's a combination of different kinds of vocabs including politics, okay, celebrity news, corruption, virus, bacteria, weather, geography, discovery, job opportunity, etc., etc.
Right, right. There you go. So, Musna mentioned he's going to take the civil service exam. So, Musna, if you're going to take the civil service exam, that requires a lot of formal vocabulary. So, I would say follow Teacher Rahat's suggestion and reading the newspaper. This is a good place where you can capture these words that will be more appropriate for a civil service exam. Okay? Maybe look at some journals. Okay? And write down words that you don't know. Now, you don't stop at writing them down. Make sure you use them in sentences. You use them in conversations. You use them in writing so that it becomes part of your system. It becomes part of your normal vocabulary. Okay? All right. All right. So, what are we going to do today? I've asked you a few questions. We've done some exercises before the video. Now I'm ready to share the video that I'd like to show to you. This video is going to give you tips on how to write an effective business email. Medina, welcome here, my dear. Teacher Rahat, if you please, if you may, I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. Okay. And we'll watch a video, you guys.
Sure.
All right.
And how long will you be continuing this live stream?
This will be for an hour until 4 o'clock. And then I would be going on for my regular live class. Maybe I'd be back after 2 hours, and
So, so I,
that's a time.
so I reckon your time is 3:28 now.
Yes, yes, that's right. You have about 32 minutes left
Okay.
for this live stream. This video is really short. It's about 2 minutes, so it won't take a lot of your time. But after the video, we'll have some activities as well. Okay, I'd like you to watch and listen as best as you can, the best as you can. Write down notes because I'll be asking questions later. Okay? All right. Sharing the screen right now. A little bit neo, but you're still good.
For the past few decades, email has been a cornerstone of business communication, and over that time, it's developed a unique style and structure. All business emails should be direct, clear, and easy to read. The formality of your writing, however, can vary, depending on your company, your readers, subject matter, or other factors. No matter what you're writing, remember to stay professional, because you lose control of an email once you click send. Emails can be copied and forwarded to others indefinitely, so make sure you choose your words carefully. When it comes to the subject line, you want it to be brief and descriptive. If it's too vague or rambling, you may lose your reader's attention. Every email needs at least one recipient. But if you're including multiple recipients, consider using the CC or carbon copy field. This keeps those extra readers in the loop without requiring them to respond. Make your greeting brief and friendly, and address the recipient by name if you know it. The first name is preferable if you're more familiar with the recipient, and you should use their last name if you want to be more formal. In the body of your email, start with your main point so it's easy to find, and keep your writing concise and focused on your readers. If you need a response from your readers, include a call to action so they know how to respond. Also, if you've attached a file to your email, be sure to mention it here. As you reach the ending, offer a quick farewell such as thanks or sincerely. Then give your name and contact information. Writing concise emails is a powerful skill that you can develop through consistent practice. Keep writing and learning, and you'll become a more effective communicator with every email you send.
Goodwill Community Foundation, creating opportunity.
Okay. All right. So that was our video. Hello, Nitin. Welcome here. Ambalani. Welcome here. All right. So now that we have watched our video, I'd like to ask you one question. What are some of the parts of an email that you heard in the video? What are some parts of a business email that you heard in the video? Anyone can answer. Car, welcome here. Thank you. Glad you like it. Car says greetings. Very good. Yes, greetings is one of those. And or do you see that? It's in the beginning. Yeah? Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? What else was mentioned in the video as a part of an email? Hmm, what do you call it what do you call those to whom we send the email? Car says two. Yes, there's the two field. That's right. I knew, there you go. Very good. Recipient. Recipient. Perfect. Perfect. Nitin also gives a part of the email direct subject line. Yes, that's right. Well, you don't really need to say direct. You can just say subject line. Subject line. Yes. Yes, hello, Ainura. Great job, great job. Valani, ma'am, I haven't seen the video, but as far as I know, there are things like simple and clear, grammatically correct language in an email. Also, it can be formal and informal. Very good. That's a description of how a business email should be. Valani, it should be brief generally. Yes. Like I mentioned earlier, I say ensure that your emails are KISS. Keep it short and simple. Okay? Concise, straightforward is how we want it to be. Okay. I have an idea now what I CC in the email. Yes, very good. What does CC stand for again? Did you hear that in the video? What does CC Okay, there you go. Anvalani, carbon copy. And when you say you just carbon copy someone, what does it mean? Why would you carbon copy someone and not send it to them in the to line? Car, great job. Other people we keep in the loop. And yes, Teacher Rahat, BCC. We also have a BCC. What is the BCC? What does BCC mean? You guys have an idea? BCC blank. Blind carbon copy. Very good. Very good. So when you say blind carbon copy, what is the difference between that and the carbon copies? The carbon copied recipients. Car is correct. For CC, it's these people whom we keep in the loop. Okay, but what is the difference if we have a BCC? What is that for? Muhammad, great job. Yes, blind carbon. Carbon, not carbon. Yeah, I'm going to say carbon copy. I think the recipient wouldn't know if it's been sent to others too. There you go. There you go. Yes. So if it's BCC, it's not viewable. It's not known to the rest of the recipients. Okay. If you put that person's name in the BCC, they wouldn't know it was sent to that person. But say, for example, I am a BCC, I would see where the to line and I would also see the CC. Am I confusing you now? I can see the CC. So I can see the to line, whoever it was sent to. I can also see whoever it was CC'd to. But they would not see that it was BCC'd to me. Okay? Yes. Amvalani, very good. For carbon copied ones, they would see the names of everyone who's been copied in the email. All right. So we know subject line, greeting, recipient. Other things you might notice as well in the short business email would be, of course, the body. It can't be lost. You must have the body of your email, otherwise there's no message sent, right? You have to have a message, okay? And also we have the farewell. The farewell. This is usually the closing, okay? Farewell to you, my friend. Yes, Ambalani. Subject line. Very good. Very good. Okay. Now, when you watch the video, there was mention of the subject line. What do you remember was mentioned by the speaker when he talked about the subject line? What should you do in the subject line? And Chong says there is a name and number at the end. Very good. Yes. Yes, that's right. You put your name and your contact information at the bottom. right? If you want them to get in touch with you via your phone, then you put in your phone number. Avalon is like, what, ma'am? Subject line. So in the video that we watched, there was a tip that was given about the subject line. Do you guys remember that? Do you remember that tip? Yes? No? If you don't worry. I'm going to end the class because you don't know. Just kidding. Teacher Rahat says concise, clear subject line. All right, very good. Yes, yes, yes. Plus, this is what you want to do. Okay, let me show it to you one more time. This is where he talked about it. Muhammad, a brief about the content. A brief about the content. Yes, very good. Very good. Exactly. If you look at the video, this is
When
what
it
he
comes
said.
to the subject line, you want it to be brief and descriptive. If it's too vague or rambling, you may lose your reader's attention.
Okay, there you go. It has to be brief and descriptive. What do we mean when we say descriptive? Shouldn't be rude or disrespectful. Very good. hmm What is descriptive? What do we mean when we say that? The subject line has to be descriptive. Should not exceed 40. Wow, very precise. That's interesting, Muhammad. Um, I would, well, personally, I don't count the letters of my subject line, but it's really important that it has to be descriptive. Yes, Anchang, kiss is keep it short and simple, right? In the subject line, it has to be descriptive so that your readers or your recipients would know what they're receiving. Because if you make it too vague, for example, if you are sending an email about a meeting and all you put in the subject line is meeting, that's too vague. What if your recipient attended about 4 meetings that day, right? It would be difficult to determine which meeting is it the email was for just from the subject line. If it was me, I'd probably ignore it for now and just go back to it later, right? Balani, what the heck? I was expecting this kind. Yes, keep it short and simple. That is, I think it's a pretty popular acronym, but that's good. You have something new that you learned today on Balani. Okay, so try to describe your email in the shortest way possible, but in the most descriptive way possible as well. Instead of just putting in meeting, maybe you can say um, party planning meeting September 10, 5 p.m. Okay, that can be your subject. So if I'm the one receiving it, I know, okay, oh, this is going to be the party planning. It's a planning meeting. It's on this day. It's on this time. This is important. I'm going to read it. Okay, that's really important. All right, all right. How about the farewell? Do you remember what the speaker mentioned? Does it mean it should have every detail required but not the unnecessary ones, so should make it long? It doesn't have to have every detail. Okay, that's just an example. But you have to make sure you describe it pretty well. Okay. Um, what do you think are the highlights of your email? So those are the ones that you will mention in the subject line. What are the highlights of your email? If it's about a request for maybe additional chairs for a meeting, you can also say request chairs for meetings. Okay, that's your subject line. So I already know, oh, okay, this is about a request. I know it's a request. What is it for? It's for a meeting as well, for chairs. Okay, 3 words, but it already describes what I'm going to talk about in the body of the email. All right. Okay. Okay. Now it mentions there as well in the video that when you are sending an email, you have to choose your words carefully. Do you remember why it's important for you to choose your words carefully when you're writing emails? And this is something that happens not just at work, but even um, in social media. So you have to be really, really careful what you, even in social media, whatever you post, you have to be careful whatever you post. It's the same thing with business emails. You have to choose your words. You have to be careful with the words that you use. Let me share it with you one more time, okay? In case you haven't, in case you don't remember. Here is what he mentioned about the words.
Emails can be copied and forwarded to others indefinitely, so make sure you choose your words carefully.
All right. There you go. There you go. Did you see that? You see how many times the email is forwarded? Yeah. So there is a big possibility for emails to be forwarded indefinitely. Indefinitely. When we say indefinitely, what does this mean? It means that there's no limit to how many times. Okay, my spelling is wrong. Let me try that one more time. Indefinitely. Indefinitely. Yes, there you go. So we wouldn't know how many times your email would be forwarded. Back when I was still working in the corporate world, I remember receiving a forwarded email 2, 3 years ago because the content was really important. It was being forwarded, it kept being forwarded for years. Okay. Not just on that day. It was in circulation for a long time. So that can happen with your emails as well. That's why you have to be careful with the words that you choose. Anvalani says you are not supposed to use ultra rare words which no one uses in business or day to day life, right? It's better if we use more business suitable words and phrases instead of day to day life. Yes, that's right. You don't want to use informal language as much as possible because this is a business email. All right. But you don't want to use um, highfalutin words, words that you would only see in novels, maybe, or in research papers, right? Rare words, you're right, Ampalani. You want to use clear and understandable language when you're sending your email. Straightforward, right? So it's simple and straightforward, but not informal. That's what you want to ensure. Okay? All right. Now, before we actually go to the last activity, I have one more question about the video. What is it that you should let your recipient know that you added in the email? What is it that we usually add in an email that we have to let the recipients know? Hello, Aryan. Welcome, welcome here. What is it? Sometimes you add something to your email. What is that that you add to your email? You remember? Anyone? Seven C's must be followed in business correspondence. Teacher Rahat says if a response is needed, this is for a call to action. Yes, that's important. That's what we call a call to action. There we go. And Enchong. That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. It's your attachment. Where's that? There. There. If you have attached something, make sure that you mention it. I've attached a PDF of my June schedule. All right. So if you do that, then they would know, okay, there is an attachment to this email. I need to look at it. All right. Okay. Okay. So those are a couple of the important parts in your email. Call to action. Thank you, Teacher Rahat. And um,
Welcome.
attachment. Yes. Teacher Rahat, is there anything, any other tips that you want to add to our students about making or sending business emails?
Uh, yes. So where it's a matter of business email, we must use the formal words. Okay, and it's better to check before we send, because once it is sent, we can't get it back, as you know. So choosing right words, appropriate words are very much crucial for business emails.
Okay, there you go. That's right. So, very important. Be careful with your words. Be careful and make sure that it's appropriate for whoever you're sending it to. Of course, when we're sending to our loved ones for personal emails, it's informal. But if it's at work, you're right, keep it formal. Okay, but not too difficult to understand. We want to be understood by our recipients. Okay. Okay, now I have a question for you guys. We are now on the last 10 minutes of the class. A few questions before we get to end the class. How do you think has email changed over the past few decades? Do you think that email has changed, or is it exactly the same as the last time? I know that most of you may be, hello, Demi, welcome. Most of you may be young and it hasn't changed. Let's ask the teacher Rahat. Teacher Rahat, how do you think email has changed in the past decades? Did you notice anything?
That's, yeah. Nowadays, the emails are more secured, encrypted, and as you may be aware that because of this whole pandemic situation now, instead of normal postal mail, we prefer to send any emergency documents by email attachment PDF format. And also, you'll be surprised to know in the UK, because of this problem, most of the healthcare, you know, like the doctor's surgeries or clinics or hospitals, uh, previously they had to go to the clinic by taking a paper-based prescriptions. Now they're sending all electronic prescription, which is verified by the individual in a GP service or the hospital, or the
Mm-hmm,
doctor. So it has really reduced the pressure of the people to be physically present to the clinic or the hospital. And what happens now, they're making happen through the videos, so they don't have to go to the hospital anymore, which is
mm-hmm.
really more comfortable for people's safety of a healthcare issue as well. So that is, I'm sure, a greatest impact, for our communication.
Right, right, definitely. So I agree with how important email has become. I think that's Teacher Rahat's message, right? It has become a critical part of our lives. It's not just an add-on. I mentioned in the beginning of the class, even my kids, even my 11-year-old daughter has her own email and she receives email from school. Yeah, this is for school purposes. But imagine when I was a kid, I didn't even know what an email is. There, it didn't exist. Okay, I won't mention what year that was, but we didn't have emails back in the day. And now even 11-year-old kids would have their own emails, and this is already part of their daily lives. But this is, I think, what Teacher Rahat is saying. It's already a critical part of our life, whether it's personal or business. So it's really important that we know how to deal with emails best. Musna says correct, clear, complete, concise, consideration, clarity. You wanna spell that with a CLA. Yeah, clarity. Okay. And courtesy is important for business emails. Am I right? You are definitely right. These are the 7 C's, I would assume. Very good. I love it. I'm going to copy it, and now I've stolen it from you. Great answer, Musna. Great tip. I thank you for sharing it with everyone. And Chong, for me, it often uses now. It is often used now. Okay, it's often used now because some transactions might be done through online. Exactly, that's what Teacher Rahat was talking about. Even prescriptions are sent electronically. You don't have to go to your doctor and have your doctor write it down and sign it. Now it's easy to read prescriptions because they're not handwritten anymore by our loving doctors. It is now typewritten. It's easy to read. You don't need to study 4 years to understand a doctor's handwriting.
That's
That's
right.
a skill, I have to say. You agree, Teacher Rahat?
I do. People have doctors have bad handwriting, calligraphy, because of this electronic prescription. Now they have to type it, or a assistant might type the prescription and get it signed electronically by the doctors, and get it sent to the relevant the patient or the hospital or the clinic, or the pharmacy. Even when they send it to the local pharmacy, they send you text message: "Dear patient, your prescription has been sent to this pharmacy. Please collect it after this time." Which is really amazing way to save people's time, and also their valuable efforts not to be present on the clinic physically.
Right. Exactly. So everything is now online. Everything is now electronic. Everything is now done through technology. And email is in the heart of all these communication that is happening. Although, yes, aside from email, we have our apps where different uh, companies may interact with each other. Customers may interact with a company through an app, but a lot of communication still happen through email. Even in Hollow, we have our one of our most important communication um, communication lines in email still. So email is still in the heart of all those communication um, lines. Okay, okay. Now we are now on the last 5 minutes. I'm going to give you the last activity, and I'd like you guys to write it down because this is the topic is on business email. This is your writing skills we're looking at. Uh, I'm giving you a situation, and I'd like you to try and write an email. It could be just the subject, or if you want to write the email as well, it's totally up to you. There's no score because there's no need for a score. let me just let me just look at how you will write it down. Okay, so this is the situation. You are, or hold on, where is it? Where's the situation? Hold on. Okay, you are the manager of a small tech company. Okay, you're the manager and you would like to announce the schedule for training on how to use the new database software. Okay, so this is what you are going to send in your email. Okay, I'm typing it in the comment section. Imagine you're the manager of a small tech company and you would like to announce the schedule for training on how to use new database software. How will you send this in an email? So I'm looking, you can type your subject. How will you write the subject line? Or if you want to write the body, write the body. Okay? Go ahead, you guys. I'm looking at you. 50 people in the live stream. Try to write the email. Bashir, welcome here. All right. Teacher Rahat already has his subject line. Awesome job. Yes. Database training schedule in June 2022 for all of our staff. There you go. Descriptive, concise, right? It's not vague. Even I would know, there's a training. Oh, it's important. I know. I'm here in June. Good. Or if I am on leave, I would say, oh, I'm not here in June. What would I do? Let me go ahead and respond, right? Because June 2022 is mentioned right there. And then I would know I need to respond. I have a concern. All right. Anyone else? Anyone else? I'm looking at you, Musna. Or maybe Enchong, or maybe Amvalani, right?
May I add
Anyone
something,
else?
Teacher Nalie? So
Yes. Go ahead, Teacher Rahat.
nowadays, the email concept has been changed. If it is very urgent, there is a icon. It says urgent on the right hand corner, and also we can add a response is needed. There is
Oh
another
dear.
button.
Oh,
So when
uh-huh.
the recipient reads it, and the sender knows that this recipient has read the email. Okay,
Mm,
it gets automatic
yes.
notification system. This is really very good to know that.
Yes.
Oh, because sometimes we are not sure. I have sent the email. Whoa, why the person is not responding to me?
Yes, that's right. A read receipt. I think that's how it's called in Outlook, right? I'm not sure with Yahoo if it's the same, if it's called the same thing, but a read receipt is as what teacher Rahat mentioned. It's a notification to the sender that the recipients have read the email. It's also a way for you to tell them, why are you not responding? I saw you read my email. Time to scold. How dare you not respond? Okay, I'm just kidding. Car training schedule, new database software, April 30. Awesome job, Car. There you go. There you go. Very
Are
nice.
you going to
Very
reward
nice.
them, Teacher Nalie, your students?
Oh, I wasn't ready for that. Hmm.
Uh,
We'll see. We'll see.
dear,
But this is
dear learners, don't worry. Teacher Nalie is going to give you a very important gift, a reward.
Mohammed, welcome here. Teacher Raha, thank you so much. And everybody, this is actually the end of the live class for today, for live stream for today on Business English. Thank you so much for joining me. And I hope that you would be watching all the live streams today. Hopefully, Teacher Rahat would also have his own live stream today on Business English because I'm sure he has a lot to share with you as
Yeah,
well.
I'll do that,
Do
certainly.
Awesome. Thank you, Teacher Rahat. And please support all our teachers here in Hollow. Go to their live streams and join them because, this is all for you. What we're doing today is free live streams, free lessons, free information for you as our way of saying thank you on our 3rd year anniversary here in Hollow. Thank you, everybody. This is Nally once again saying good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And if I don't see you again, I say good night to all of you. Stay positive, but don't get positive. Thank you, Teacher Rahat, and thank you to all 57 viewers. I'll see you again during the day. Go and support our dear teachers, you guys. See you. Goodbye,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Mohammed, thank you. Thank you. And Chong, bye bye, everyone.